Hello and welcome to this Chris Scrabble session. This was a good game of the week and the end game was critical. So let's take a look. Here we go. Okay, that's my opening tray and we've got the blank, so you'd like to find a bonus play, but I don't see it. So I get a good play though with the high point letters with myth. Now they're sitting there not looking great. Lots of vowels, and that's what they play here in the early part. I'm still not looking great, so thinking I'll just get that V off my tray easily, and fan works, so I do that, and still too many vowels for them, and they still just play the vowels. Now I'm having vowel issues, 2 I's and 2 O's. That's not great. So I need something that'll play an O and an I, and I find void. Okay, I'm up ahead by a little bit, mostly from that early play. And here they're starting to look a little more reasonable with their letters, and they just kind of get a quick hit over here on the double word. I'm looking still a little not too great with my letters and can't really see a good bonus play, so I wind up just taking a quick hit myself. Okay, now it's starting to look a little better, maybe. An I someplace. And they could play seediest, but they don't have that. And instead, they just play that. Kind of a dump there, but, 14 points for it. Now, look at my tray. 5 vowels. Now, all 5 vowels only go with S and Q to make a 7-letter play, and that's sequoia. An L and a blank is almost, but not quite. So I just play U, okay? 12 points for that. And here is their set, and I think they might have had their first bonus play opportunity if they had thought about it a second, but instead they make an interesting decision with having so many E's and so many S's. They played the letters that are not either of those, an R and a T, and that's not a great play. I mean, they could have played an S on the end of that, but they didn't. Now I'm sitting there with an A, well, 2 A's, 2 R's, and that's not great. And I'm looking for how can I get rid of some of that. So that gets rid of some of it. And look at that tray now. Like I said, they played the R and the T, and they got another E and another S. Not easy stuff there. So now I think they have no choice but to play an E and S. Yeah, that's right. Okay, my tray gets the Z and an A with it. That's always nice. There's a good spot for that. Zap I could have played down, but that opens up that triple word to turn a corner, and I didn't want to do that. It's already kind of open because there are some words that can be made starting with K-A. And so they do play this, actually, E-Y-E for I, excuse me. And that's a pretty good play. It's still around about a 30-point lead from me. My tray is still a little tricky now with just the I, and the board is especially tricky. And I don't see exactly how to go without, making something easy for them. So I decided to just kind of go up a little bit from there and get wit for only 7. Now, what do you think of that tray? Does that look like an easy one or bonus play tray? Well, it is, if you look carefully. It uses kind of an unfamiliar suffix, but told us. Now, here's my tray, and I've still got that blank hanging around. 3 R's, though. Can there be any way I can get a bonus play? Well, I did happen to see one. Look carefully. If you come across one of those vowels up there, the O, you can get reporter. Okay, so I managed to keep pace, and I'm back up ahead by 28 at this point. Now, they have kind of a tough set, and we need to cover those triple words that are opened up by reporter. They throw Pearl on the board, and similarly, I throw Fern on the board. We each get 24 for those. No vowels, and they're stuck with pretty much only one play that's worth it, and that's 18 points for that. Fee, going both ways. Now I only have an I, and what can I do to get some decent points? And I don't see much except for that, which is all right, 24 points. And now we're moving on from the blanks, and Oh no, actually, I'm moving on from my blank. There's still one more out there. And we're just not seeing the easiest letters to work with here. So what can they do with that? They got an A, and they do see actually pretty good play. Crags across there for 24. Lots of 24-point plays coming through here. And it's a close game, 10-point game. Okay, I see a triple word or triple letter there under A that I better cover up as quick as I can. And I do that with Ajay. So I'm still holding just a little bit of lead, and now they've got the Q, and they held on long enough to get a U, and they have a good place to play the Q. 31 for that. Now they're within 5 points. Okay, now looking at my stuff, it's a little hard to figure. I kind of think, well, let me get something in the way up there where somebody could come in with a long play into that E in ferns, and I just play Vo. So now this is not an easy looking tray, and they make a choice that I don't know if I would have, but they use their blank and get X for 36, and that puts them ahead by 17. So we're getting really close to the end now. 10 tiles left in the bag, and now I'm seeing Logic up here or Wilco both kind of coming down to that C, and I determined not to do that, and instead, oh no, actually I did do that. Wilco, that's right. Now, what I wish I would have done is played OW into the top of Axe there. That would have been worth about 20 some points. I only got 20 for Wilco. Anyway, here we go. They've got the 3 N's still, and they wind up playing something just down from the X and for 13. Okay, I'm sitting there with just the one vowel. It's not an easy time here, and I find one place I can go, kind of medium points, 15 for Mike. Now they've got onion or union, but what do they play instead but new? And it's a 10-point lead for them, and now here we're looking at the end game for sure. What should I have done at this point? I went ahead and burned my P going down here with my vowel, and I wound up opening up their tray to be able to be played. These are not easy letters, but with a T they turn into untie or unite, and so I should have paid attention and not done this, and instead what I should have probably done is thrown my B up there on before the OW to make bow, and that would have put me ahead and not given them any good points or any way to get out. And then I could have tried to get a bigger play my next time. But I did wind up playing Pant, and they did not play the bigger point play, but the smaller point play. But 6 points was enough. That ties up the game, and me having those tiles on my tray means they win by 14. Okay, that was a good match and a good lesson in end game strategy. So, hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you next time on the Chris Scrabble Sessions. I'd like to say a big thank you to isc.ro for hosting the games. Identities of all the players are hidden to protect the guilty. We do pledge to keep a clean language standard on this channel. If you'd like to challenge me, I'm out there at ISC with the nickname Cristobal. If you'd like me to review one of your games, drop me a line on ISC or at chriscrabball@gmail.com.